Have you noticed something small, but impossible to ignore once you have? Standing up from a chair now takes just a little more effort than it used to. Not pain, just hesitation. A brief pause before you rise. A hand that reaches for support without you even consciously deciding to reach. Or maybe it shows up differently for you. Walking feels slightly less automatic than it used to. Stairs require just a little more focus. And there is a quiet awareness, a small background feeling that your body is not quite as reliable as it once was. Most people call this getting older and they accept it. They adjust their movements around it. They hold on to things a little more. They slow down a little more. And they quietly wonder, is this just how it is from here? The answer is no. And the reason why is something almost nobody explains properly. It is not your knees. It is not general weakness. It is not an inevitable part of aging. What most people experiencing this don't realize is that the feeling of unsteadiness, the extra effort, the hesitation is coming from one specific system in your body. A muscle system that sits at the very center of everything you do, every time you move. And here is the most important thing I want you to hear today. This system has not disappeared. It has not broken down permanently. It has simply gone quiet. And when you understand why it went quiet and you give it the right signals, it wakes back up. Your body starts moving differently, more supported, more controlled, more like the way it used to feel. Today we are going to walk through exactly what this system is, why it stops working, and a specific 3-moment sequence that begins waking it up today. Before we begin, this video is for educational purpose only. It is not a substitute for a medical advice. If you have pain, joint issues, or any health conditions, please speak with your doctor before starting any exercise routine. And throughout this video, always move slowly and at your own pace. Your safety is always the priority. The muscle system we are talking about is your glutes, your gluteal muscles, the large powerful group of muscles that wakes up your hips, your buttocks. Now before you move past that, I want you to understand what your glutes actually do, because most people think of them as a fitness muscles, something athletes train, something that has nothing to do with the daily life after 60. But that could not be further from the truth. Your glutes are the primary engine behind every single movement you make. Standing up from a chair, glutes. Walking from one room to another, glutes. Climbing a single step, glutes. Catching yourself when you stumble, glutes. Every one of these actions relies on your glutes being active, switched on, and ready to fire. So what happens when they stop firing properly? Your body does not simply stop working, it adapts. It quietly reassigns that work to other muscles that were never designed to carry it. Your lower back takes on extra load. Your knees absorb more impact with every step. Your ankles and feet work harder just to keep you upright. And the result is exactly what so many people over 60 experience. Standing feels like more effort. Walking tires you sooner, and a quite growing sense of unsteadiness that is very easy to mistake for simply getting older. But here is the truth, it is not age, it is inactive glutes, and there is a very specific reason they become inactive. The average adult over 60 spends somewhere between 8 and 12 hours a day sitting. And sitting is the single biggest reason glute muscles stop activating properly. When you sit, your glutes are completely switched off, not resting, not recovering, simply not working. Hour after hour, day after day, week after week, your glutes gradually lose the habit of switching on. This is sometimes called gluteal amnesia. Your muscles do not disappear. They do not waste away overnight. They simply stop responding the way they should. And your body fills the gap with compensations that feel normal until the unsteadiness becomes impossible to ignore. Now here is something that almost no exercise video ever explains. And this is the piece that makes everything else make sense. Even when people try to fix their glutes, even when they start doing exercises, bridges, squats, leg raises, many of them do not get the result they expect. Their balance does not improve the way they hoped. The unsteadiness persists, and they assume the exercises are not working. But the exercises are not the problem. The foundation is. Your pelvis is the foundation of your entire lower body. Think of it as the platform that your glutes sit on and attach to. When your pelvis is in the right position, your glutes can activate fully. They fire when you ask them to. They do their job. But when your pelvis is tilted, shifted to one side, or slightly rotated, which happens very easily after years of sitting, something important changes. The connection between your brain and your glutes is disrupted. Your brain sends the signals, but the glutes cannot respond properly because the muscle is not sitting in the position where it can do its job. Research published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy found that pelvic alignment directly affects how well glute muscles are recruited during movement. In people with even subtle pelvic tilting, glute activations was significantly reduced, even when performing standard glute exercises. In plain language, if your pelvis is off position, you can do all the glute exercises in the world and glutes will still not fully wake up. This is why the sequence we are about to do starts with pelvic reset movement first. Before any strengthening, before any loading, we restore the foundation so that when we ask the glutes to work, they actually can. 3 movements in a specific order, each one built on the last. Movement 1. Reset your pelvic alignment. Movement 2 reactivates your glutes in a standing position. Movement 3 trains the most important daily movements your glutes perform. Done in this sequence, they work together as a complete system, not just exercise, reactivation. This first movement is not a strength exercise, it is a reset, a retraining drill that helps restore your pelvis to its natural centered position and begins reconnecting your brain to your glutes before you ask them to work. A 2021 study in physical therapy in sport found that low-loaded pelvic repositioning movements improve glute activation and symmetry in older adults. After just 2 weeks of practice, this is where we begin. Stand about 6 to 8 inches in front of a wall, facing away from it, feet shoulder width apart, toes turned very slightly outward, knees soft, not locked straight. Place your hands gently on your hips. Begin a gentle hip hinge. Push your hips backward, slowly, until your buttocks just barely touch the wall behind you. Your torso will lean slightly forward. Keep your spine long and straight throughout. Now in this position, gently shift your hips slightly to the left, just a few inches. You should begin to feel your right glute engage. Hold for 2 seconds, shift back to center. Now shift slightly to the right. Feel the left glute engage. Hold for 2 seconds, return to center, then slowly stand back up. That is 1 repetition. Do 8 to 10 repetitions at this pace, slow and deliberate. Rest for 30 seconds, then complete 1 more set. Years of sitting, tilt and rotate the pelvis in subtle ways you cannot feel, but that quietly prevent your glutes from activating properly. This movement gently undoes that. It centers your pelvis, it opens the hip, and it creates the foundation that makes every movement that follows actually work. Movement 2. Standing leg extension. Now that your pelvis has been reset, your glutes are in the position where they can actually fire. This second movement takes advantage of that. Stand behind a sturdy chair. Place both hands lightly on the back of the chair for support. Stand tall, feet hip-width apart, soft bend in both knees. Take a slow breath in, keeping your upper body completely still and your hips facing forward. Slowly move your right leg straight backward, not out to the side, directly behind you. You do not need a large range of motion. 6 to 8 inches is enough. What matters is that you feel your glute contracting as your leg moves back. Hold for 2 seconds, then slowly return your foot to the floor. 10 repetitions on the right leg, then switch to the left. Rest 30 seconds between sides, 2 sets total on each leg. A contraction in the back of your hip on the side of the working leg. If you feel strain in your lower back, reduce the range of motion. Your back should stay completely still throughout. Only your leg moves. Every single step you take involves your back leg extending behind you. That is this exact moment when your glutes are active and strong in this pattern. Your walking feels more grounded, your stride feels more controlled, and your body has a far faster ability to catch itself. If your foot catches on something unexpectedly, this exercise is directly training the movement that turns stumbles into recoveries instead of stumbles into falls. Our third movement is one you have done thousands of times in your life, but done slowly, with intention, and with your glutes now awake. It becomes one of the most powerful reactivation exercises available. It directly trains the movement where most people over 60 feel the most uncertain. Sit toward the front edge of your sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, your weight slightly forward, not leaning back into the chair, arms resting on your thighs or crossed gently over your chest. Before you stand, squeeze your glutes, feel them engage. Now lean your chest slightly forward and press through your heels to rise. Rise slowly, come to a full standing position, pause for a 1 full second at the top, then lower yourself back down slowly with complete control, not a drop, a deliberate lowering. That lowering phase is just as important as the rising phase. Resist gravity on the way down. Make your glutes and thighs do the work in both directions. 8 to 10 repetitions, rest 30 seconds, then one more set. If standing without your hands feel too difficult right now, place your hands on the armrest and use them. That is completely fine. What matters is that you feel your glutes engaging and that you are controlling the movement in both directions. As your strength builds, you will naturally need your hands less and less. Every time you stand up in real life, this is the moment your body performs. By practicing it slowly and deliberately, with your glutes now properly reactivated, you are not just building strength. You are making this movement automatic, reliable, safe. And when standing up becomes automatic again, something changes in how you move through your day. The hesitation disappears. The hand that used to reach for support stays at your side. Here is exactly how to use these 3 movements. This takes less than 10 minutes. Once a day is enough. If this feels like too much on day 1, start with 1 set of each, 5 repetitions instead of 10. That is still your glutes waking up. That is still progress. Most people begin to notice something within 1 to 2 weeks of daily practice. Not dramatic change overnight, but something real. Standing up feels slightly more automatic. Walking feels a little more grounded. A quiet confidence returning to movements that had started to feel uncertain. That is your glutes switching back on. And the longer you stay consistent, the more reliable that feeling becomes. Here is what I want you to carry with you from this video. The unsteadiness that many people over 60 experience is not simply the price of getting older. In most cases, it is the result of specific system. that has quietly gone inactive. Not broken, not gone, just switched off. And muscles that have gone inactive respond to the right signals even after years of sitting, even after years of reduced movement, even at 60, 70, 80 and beyond. Your glutes can wake up again. Your balance can improve. Your confidence in your own body can return. Not because of intense exercise, not because of gym, but because of 10 minutes a day, 3 specific movements done in the right order with patience and consistency. After 60, strength is not built through intensity. It is built through consistency, and your body is still ready to respond. If this video helped you today, please share it with someone you care about, a parent, a friend, a neighbor, who might be feeling less steady than they used to. Because sometimes the right information at the right time genuinely changes how someone lives. And if you would like more simple, practical movements and tips to stay strong, steady, and fully independent after 60, subscribe to Stay Steady 60 Plus. We are here every single week with content made specifically for you. Before you go, drop a comment below and tell us which of these 3 movements felt most unfamiliar to you today. The wall hinge, the leg extension, or the sit to stand. Your answer genuinely helps shape the videos we make next. Stay strong, stay steady, and we will see you in the next one.